Maple Ridge Secondary School is the newest secondary school in the Simcoe County District School Board. In fact, the school is still under construction and is scheduled to open in September 2021. This second video in the series is about the academic program at Maple Ridge. For many of our incoming students, this will be their first experience with secondary school. So it may seem strange to be talking about graduation requirements before they even set foot in the door. But this will help me to explain some of the differences between elementary and secondary school. The academic program in secondary schools is organized around the concept of earning credits. In elementary, students take certain subjects every year, and at the beginning of the next year, they move on to the next grade. In secondary schools, students make progress by earning credits. Each course that a student takes will earn them 1 credit so long as they successfully demonstrate achievement of the course expectations. A passing grade for a course at the secondary level is 50%. But at Maple Ridge, we expect that all of our students will be trying their very best to achieve at the highest levels they can, and we will support them to do so. In both grade 9 and grade 10, students take 8 courses and therefore have the potential to earn 8 credits. It is our goal at Maple Ridge for all grade 9 and grade 10 students to earn each of those 8 credits by the end of the 2021-2022 school year. There are 2 types of credits in secondary school: compulsory credits and optional credits. Compulsory credits are credits that every student must take, and optional credits are the credits that students select based on their skills and interests. It is these optional credits that allow students to customize their secondary school career. To graduate, students must earn 18 compulsory credits and 12 optional credits for a total of 30 credits. Currently, there are 2 additional requirements for graduation. We tell students and families about these now so that they can make plans to achieve them. The first is completing 40 hours of community service. We encourage students to start earning these hours as early as possible in their secondary school journey. In fact, students can begin earning community service hours during the summer between grade 8 and grade 9. Unfortunately, some students wait until the last minute to work on this graduation requirement. If they do that, oftentimes they find in their senior years that they struggle to complete it because they have part-time jobs, leaving them little time to volunteer. So we encourage our students to do their best to earn as many of these service hours during their grade 9 and grade 10 year. We will post more details about community service hours on our website so that all families and students know what is eligible to contribute toward the completion of this graduation requirement. The second additional requirement is meeting the Ontario literacy requirement. To do this, students complete an assessment of their literacy skills in their grade 10 year. We do want you to know about this requirement, but we do not want you to worry about it. We will be focusing on developing and improving students' literacy skills throughout both their grade 9 and grade 10 year so that our students are prepared for success. The next thing we want you to know about secondary school is that we break up the school year into 2 pieces called semesters. Semester 1 runs from September to January, and semester 2 runs from February to June. Students in grade 9 and 10 take 4 courses each semester for a total of 8 courses, earning them 8 credits towards the overall 30 credits needed to graduate. One of the questions that is often asked of me right now is, what time will school start? This decision has not yet been made. That being said, most secondary schools, in fact, all secondary schools in Barrie, are what we call early start schools. That is, they start at 8 a.m. and the school day typically ends between 2 and 2:30 p.m. We're still under discussion about our daily schedule, and we'll let our student body know what that schedule will be as soon as final decisions have been made. When students are planning the courses that they take, they will have to consider which course type they will select. Let's start our discussion about the course types being offered at Maple Ridge with the grade 10 program. Current grade 9 students would have chosen the type for their compulsory courses last year based on their planned post-secondary destination. Students planning to attend a university program after secondary school would likely have chosen the academic course type. Students planning on pursuing an apprenticeship, attending a college, or getting a job immediately after secondary school may have chosen academic, but they may also have chosen the applied course type. The grade 10 program at Maple Ridge will include all of these same course types that students chose in grade 9. Those students will choose their courses based on the pathway that they have already established. For students entering grade 9, on the other hand, we have chosen to de-stream all compulsory courses. This means that for most students, they will choose the de-streamed course type for their grade 9 compulsory courses. I will explain why we've made this decision shortly. We will continue to offer the locally developed program for students who have an individual education plan or IEP. Families with a student who have an IEP should consult with their child's teacher and special education resource teacher to determine whether locally developed is the right choice for them. The last course type that we haven't discussed is the open course type. The optional or elective courses in grade 9 and grade 10 are all what we call open. That is, all students would take the same course type of open for their elective subjects. I promised earlier that I would talk a little bit more about our decision to de-stream grade 9 compulsory courses. Earlier this year, the Ministry of Education announced that we will be de-streaming the grade 9 program. Next year, the first year of the school, de-streamed grade 9 mathematics is required by the ministry. The announcement was made to address what research shows about streaming practices. The research concludes that ability grouping, another name for streaming, can be a detrimental practice for students, one that sometimes results in students not learning at high levels. When students are grouped by ability in different classrooms, research indicates that there might be a negative impact for some students. While the intent of structuring classrooms according to ability may be to create a pace that is more manageable for students, more often expectations are lowered and the work is over-scaffolded. We believe at Maple Ridge that students learn best when there is a balance of struggle and support. It is important that all students are held to high expectations and that they have opportunities to problem solve through mistakes with guidance from their teacher. Additionally, we believe that it is better for students to make the decision about an eventual pathway once they are in secondary school and have at least 1 year of learning at the secondary level under their belts. Knowing and understanding the expectations for learning at secondary school through experience will allow our students to make a better informed decision that can have long-lasting impacts on their lives. Will de-streaming be challenging? Absolutely. But will it be worth it? Yes. You might be asking yourself, if only mathematics has to be de-streamed next year, Why are all the grade 9 compulsory courses de-streamed? Most schools have already long established programs for all course types. Being a new school, we don't have any already established programs. As such, together with the department chairs of our school, we made a decision to focus on learning about best practices for de-streaming together so that we can develop an outstanding grade 9 program where all classes are de-streamed. If you are still concerned about de-streaming, I have linked a video about a group of teachers talking about de-streaming, what it means to them, but more importantly, what it means for their students in the description box below. Let's take a closer look at the compulsory credits for grade 9 and grade 10. In both of these grades, students must take 5 compulsory credits. The first 3 are in math, science, and English. In grade 9, students must take geography and French to make up the 4th and the 5th compulsory credit. In grade 10, students take history and civics and careers. Students will choose the course type for these compulsory credits based on their learning needs, and in the case of grade 10, on their anticipated post-secondary pathway. We never seem to make things simple at the secondary level. Instead of referring to courses by their names, we use course codes. It is helpful for students and families to learn how to decode the course codes because these codes provide important information about the course. All course codes are 6 digits long, and each digit or group of digits provides additional information about the code. Let's take a closer look at the code for grade 9 English. ENG 1DA. So the first 3 digits of the course code in the case of ENG tell us about the department or the area within a department. The 4th digit tells you about the grade level of the course. A 1 for grade 9, a 2 for grade 10, a 3 for grade 11. One of the things that our future students told us in the thought exchange that we held in January was that they wanted the ability to reach ahead and take courses from other grades. We listened. When you dig into the course calendars, you will notice that some grade 10 courses have been included on the grade 9 course calendar, and that grade 10 students can take the leadership and peer support grade 11 course face-to-face. Additionally, all students have the option of taking other senior courses through e-learning as well. The 5th digit of the course code tells you the course type. We've spent quite a bit of time learning about course types, so we won't dwell on that here. The 6th and final digit of a course code may be the most important character, as it signals if there is something special about that course. It is used to offer different themes or areas of focus within the same course. This is the case for our grade 9 English at Maple Ridge. I think that we are the only secondary school in the area who are offering students a choice of theme for their English course. Our intent here is to have grade 9 students choose a theme rather than a stream. We believe that students achieve higher degrees of success when they are engaged and interested in what they are learning. As such, we are planning a highly engaging English program where the texts and media that students engage with are associated with the theme of their choice. We encourage our incoming grade 9 students to carefully review the course descriptions for each of these themes in the grade 9 course calendar. We will then be using the learning that students are doing in English to plan cross-curricular learning opportunities. As an example, a student who has chosen the environment theme for their English would be encouraged to make connections between their learning in English and what they are learning in geography. In some cases, students may even have assignments that will be assessed towards demonstration of learning in both courses. So let's review those themes again. ENG 1DA for technology culture, ENG 1DF for social justice, ENG 1DG for the environment, and ENG 1DM for identity and the human condition. All of the important documents that will support our future students to make the best decisions about the courses they will take during the 2021-2022 school year can be found on our website, http://mpr.scdsb.on.ca. Once their students and families should navigate to the Guidance tab and then choose to focus on either the specifics for grade 9 course selections or grade 10 course selections. If students need help with course selections, they should speak to their current classroom teacher if they're in grade 8, or their guidance counselor if they are currently in grade 9. Additionally, we have some supporting documents on the website, including planning documents and a document that is available to review and submit. The review and submit document provides the instructions for how students will submit their course selections once they've chosen them. The last thing we wanted to talk about in this video is the timelines for course selections. For our incoming grade 9 students, the course selection window opens on February 8th and closes on February 26th. After students have made their course selections, we will then begin additional transition meetings for students with special education needs and for our English language learners. These meetings are designed to review the selections that have been made to ensure that they will best support each student's success in the upcoming school year and beyond. Students can expect to know their full timetable for next year by the end of June. For current SCDSB students and families, they will be able to view the scheduled timetable through the SCDSB student or parent portal. For students new to the SCDSB, their timetable will be emailed to them for review. It should be noted that sometimes things change over the summer, so any timetables shared in June are considered draft. Each student will receive a final copy of their timetable in September. The only difference for incoming grade 10 students is that the course selection window opens a bit later, on February 22nd, and closes on March the 5th. Thank you for watching this short video about our school's academic program. If you have any questions, please visit our website. We will be uploading a frequently asked question document on the homepage, and we have included an electronic form where you can submit any questions you still have.